So this game does work without an internet connection. However, I am on trial. Like, not in court. Like, if you look at the top right, I'm on trial for the game, that is. You can only play for a couple of minutes before it kicks you out because it has to be able to authenticate. But you are able to play career mode, progress the whole thing without an internet connection. For $5, you could try it on EA Play, obviously. And yeah, so now what I'm going to do is show you the game under a couple of different conditions. We're going to do like wet, dry, and just kind of take a look at things here. So we're going to start with gravel dry. And I'm going to start talking to you about the game, share my thoughts, what I think of it. I do prefer it over WRC Generations, which is a last of its kind, for a few reasons. First of all, in my opinion, the game does look better. So that's kind of a big deal. The lighting, the shadows, reflections, everything as far as even like the draw distance rendering. So there's very little popping. You could be the judge of that for yourself as you're watching the gameplay. On the easiest difficulty setting, the cars handle easier than they do in WRC Generations, at least for me they do. This kind of makes the game feel kind of like a mixture between arcade and sim as a result of that. The only big negative, if I had to pick something out of this game, is that we do not have the plethora of camera options that we had in WRC Generations, where we could pause it and even change the height position, the angle of the car, and everything. So here we've got this here. This is the first position, the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. However, you can change the positioning of your seat, even tilt the seat, and you can change the field of view, which I'm going to show you in a moment. Right now, it's just to kind of show the gameplay, the moment-to-moment moments, literally. And because I upload at such a high quality, you're able to see the high quality of visual fidelity, despite the fact that YouTube is going to compress it. Another negative in this game, if I have to be 100% transparent, at least on the PS5, it runs pretty damn good. Can't say the same for PC. There can be, at times, some micro-stuttering. In this case here, haven't noticed any. I just played earlier for about a half hour, and I counted 3 occasions in which it did a little quick, a quick little jitter. It didn't make that sound I just made. I'm just sharing with you. And there can sometimes be screen tearing in the center, but it happens so seldomly for myself, and it does it so quickly that it's a non-issue for me. And again, being able to show this here, you'll see for yourself. Now I'm going to show you what the game looks like wet. Know what I'm saying? And we're going to be on asphalt this time. Just to kind of take you through the different presentations, because I'm talking about the graphics, how it looks nicer. Some people on Reddit say that this game looks like a pile of ass. I don't think it does. Even the NPCs look really, really good. And I'm going to end up showing you the very subtle changes that you could do to the camera in terms of the field of view. But I thought the first order of business was to just show you some straight up gameplay. To me, that's the most important part. But again, what I think doesn't matter. Your $5 will tell you whether or not you think it's worth it for you. And for $58 Canadian, I think it's a great deal. I think you're getting a solid game. I really, really do feel that. The plethora of cars and tracks that you get that are to real life. Sorry, I had an itch on my forehead there. So that's what that looks like in the rain. Now let's stop and go to options here. Really quick, I don't want to spend too much time. So the default's 50. This will make the car move out a little bit further. So I'm going to go to the extreme. You could do outside and inside camera field of view, okay? They're going to do that here, all the way out in third person. Because I'm using a controller, which is actually really, really good, surprisingly. See? That's as far back as you can have it with the field of view. And then that's your second view, right? And then obviously these ones will remain untouched. Now we're going to change that again. I'll show you the extreme all the way to 0. Okay? That's the closest that you can have your car. But again, you can't tilt the angle. I think that's the only thing I'm going to miss from WRC Generations, literally. Nothing else about that game. Not that it's a bad game. But this game has been getting crapped on. And for me, it's like, you know what? This is why it's worth spending the $5. Spend that $5 because I think you may be amazed. You really, really might be amazed. I could be wrong. People are allowed to hate this game and think that it's a pile of shit. They are totally allowed to do that. We're going to go and quit. Now I'm going to bring it to the snow just to show you the different things. There's different times of day as well. There's track deformation when you do like a custom event. Do you want it to be like minimum or medium or high or maximum deformation or whatever it's called? I'm not going to show you that. Okay. Now we're just going to do snow. Plain and simple. But yes, there are different times of day. Like morning, afternoon, night, okay? I'm just showing you the very basic, like, it's daytime and what it looks like, okay? Let's not get too carried away here. I also don't want to make this video. Wow, can you ever feel that? Longer than it needs to be. Now, in terms of the career mode details, I'm not smart enough to really be able to give you some deep insight, but they both appear to be relatively as deep, as good. But just overall, I truly feel maybe not like a night and day difference in terms of this being a better game, in my opinion, but enough that I'm willing to spend the $58 Canadian. My trial is already almost up. I got like an hour left on the trial, and I'm all like panicking because I'm like, no, don't do it. And then the character customization obviously is amazing. That's what this is right now. With the skull shifter, the chrome shifter knob. Now, I am going to show you one more thing, and then that'll pretty much be it, because I think it's very important to do that. So we could go to controls here. Obviously, you can use a wheel, but I haven't used one yet, but I can't wait to try it. But we can edit with the controller. And you can rebind all of these here. Okay, you normally can't always do that. You could change the dead zone and all that, the saturation. This is what I wanted to show you here, but these aren't bound to anything yet. You have to do it. See, reset seat. You can move the seat forward. You can move the seat backwards. You can move the seat up. You can move the seat down. I'm actually curious to know what it's like to do that. So move the seat down would be, let's say, down like that. Oh, dual bound input. Oh, well, whatever. I'm just showing you that you can do it. I'm not saying I had the magic frickin' number here. Let's try to unbind. Yeah, move the seat down. What if I do left? There we go. Move the seat down. I don't want to do up, and then reset the seat will be right. Just to show you, because you don't want to go up because it'll block your view, especially with all the sun visor bullshit, right? Then you could go to advanced. You can change the steering sensitivity, the linearity, and then the vibration. You could turn off adaptive triggers if you find those annoying, all vibration and feedback. Individually increase or decrease the vibration for suspension, tire slip, engine, and collision. To me, that's amazing. So there are some cool features, but that whole angle to make it a little bit more isometric in the third-person view in WRC Generations is going to be something that I am going to greatly miss. Now let's try this. I don't think it's working. No, it's not working. Well, whatever. That was a bit of an epic fail. I don't know. Tried to lower my seat. Maybe you can't lower your seat in this one. I have no idea. But basically, I still wanted to be able to show you this here. Yeah, around the 10-minute mark. My other video was like 25. Way too long. Again, you could change all these body parts. I've already made a video on that. What kind of drivetrain do you want? Engine, rad, suspension, differential, gearbox, brakes, exhaust, clutch. You know, the body work, right? What kind of front do you want? What kind of rear do you want? You know, like to me, it's amazing that you can do this. Like it's really, really cool. And then the body and all that kind of stuff. The seats, the roof vent, the badges, the rims, the rear lights. This isn't like Car Mechanic Simulator. Well, actually, even that you can't really customize. It's not like to the level of Forza here, depending on the game we're talking about. But it still does, in my opinion, a pretty damn good job. Like, I think it really does. And for the first time, I believe, this combo, EA getting together there, yeah, I feel like this could potentially really be worthy of being called Dirt 3.0. I mean, there's already some people that are calling it that. Yeah, when you race on the asphalt, by the way, you don't get mud flaps on your wheels, which is kind of cool to see. Or not see, rather. Haha. Asphalt seems to be a big one where people will really crap on the game. They'll be like, yeah, the gravel, the snow, it's all good, but the asphalt is shit. I don't know. On easy settings, I don't find the car is overly floaty like some people would say. But I'm not an expert. Seriously, just try the game out for yourself. It truly is the best thing that you can do for yourself. But yeah, that's going to be it for me. As always, if you liked the video, go ahead, give it a thumbs up. It does greatly help support the channel with the algorithm. And if you didn't like the video, well, that's too bad. Go ahead, give it a thumbs down. We'll bend it in half, twist it, break it off in half. Or break it off in your ass, rather. And then we'll toss it overboard here into the water. And if you want to subscribe to the channel, naturally, that would be fantastic now, wouldn't it? But if not, thanks for stopping by anyways. Take care. And maybe I'll see some of you in the next one. Bye for now.